Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first live stream here on Popcorn Chats, and I'm joined by the wonderful Maz. How you doing, Maz?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How's your weekend treating you?
It's good, thanks. Good, mixture of being busy yesterday and then sort of chilling today. So yeah, pros and cons, really, highs and lows. How about yourself? You had anything fun planned this weekend?
A lot of it has been editing. We have an embargo that's lifting tomorrow for a
Ooh,
very
can you give us a
exciting
hint?
film. We've both seen it, so the best part is
Oh yeah,
you've probably seen it on
I know
our
which
Instagram stories if you do follow us. So that's at Sarah Popcorn Chat and at Maz Movies with Maz. The Ugly Stepsister.
yeah, it's wild. I think that's all we can say at this moment. It's something. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Mm.
I think if you're a horror fan, a body horror fan, it's probably going to be your jam. But I don't think everyone's going to enjoy it. But yeah, I can't wait for people to see it and just be able to speak about it as well.
I'm just happy that tomorrow I can do my letterbox one liner. I've been waiting for so long.
Have you got something funny for that one?
It's my letterbox. Of course, it's always going to be a little bit cheeky on the most half. Yeah.
Nice, nice. But yeah, hopefully some people will start to join us as we do the Zoom. The aim of this sort of live really is just to have a chat, just catch up on our week, what we've been watching, what's coming up, any sort of film news that's happened this week. And yeah, just trying to sort of beat the Sunday blues, which is what this is all about, really. So yeah, so hopefully it'll be a regular thing with myself and Maz. We can even get extra guests on as well and talk about different things. But yeah, just sort of doing lives on YouTube, I think, is a good way. And hopefully we can put it maybe to some other platforms as well. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. What have you been watching as well? I'd love to hear some, if it's new things, old things, doesn't matter. Yeah, I've watched a real mix this week, which I think is a good place to start. Do you think, Maz? Should we talk about maybe some
Yeah.
films that we've been watching this week, whether it's at the cinema or on streaming? What have you been
Um,
watching?
what have you been watching in terms of?
What have I been watching? Again, it's like screener weeks, so there's some things. I also watched The Ugly Stepsister as well. What was that? That was last week, actually, technically.
I have one
Um,
that we could both agree that we've been watching because we've been talking about it. White Lotus season finale.
yeah, that finished this week. Yeah, this week technically for the UK. Matt, I think we can talk about spoilers now, right? Because it's been
I'm sure there's been enough spoilers already on everyone's feed at this point. I mean,
yeah,
White Lotus, the actual Instagram account, has been moving absolutely diabolical at this point.
yeah. They are not holding back. They're like, I think straight away they were doing it on like Sunday evening for us. You're like, oh, like you just wake up to spoilers. I'm like,
Mm.
they are the worst. The actual official accounts, they're the worst for doing it. Yeah, how did you feel about the finale of it all?
Okay, I need to take a moment because I feel like there was a lot going on in terms of storylines. Um, Firstly, I feel like everyone needed to communicate a lot better.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was
Feel
the
like baby
moral.
girl all over again.
Yeah, that was literally the moral of everyone's story was that you need to communicate a lot more. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate about this, but you see Lisa, who plays Mook,
Yeah.
very forgettable character. She didn't have to be in the storyline.
No, I agree. She was one of the weakest storylines throughout the whole of the series for me. I was just like, there's no payoff. I normally am interested in like the local people that work there at the hotels and stuff, but I was like, I don't care this season. So yeah, they did a good job at making me not care for these characters. But yeah. Yeah, it was predictable as well. I think there was a lot of things with sort of theories were coming like on TikTok and things. And then as the episode was unfolding, I was like, oh, that theory is right. Oh, that theory is also right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like, well, a lot of people have worked it out by now in terms of
Which
his
which theory was the one that you were like, oh my gosh, this theory was actually right?
the Shake one, like I
Yeah.
didn't realize that'd be so like prolific and like the kind of story. I mean, it did have like a bit of a twist as well. later on, but yeah.
It's off.
Oh god, it was so good. It was so intense. Like, I was like, okay, he's gonna kill the whole family. Sure, as you do. Yeah, so I'd seen theories about that. I can't remember what the connection was. And then people were doing theories about Amy Lou Reed's character, about her she's the kind of innocent bystander in all of this, and she was going to have like an Ophelia moment in the water, and that was going to be her body. And they were kind of right. And oh my god, like Rick's just storyline, it annoyed
Rick annoys me. Rick annoys me so much. I feel like everyone is like, oh my god, Rick, but Rick is the worst character out of all of them. Yeah. Because not only did he not communicate properly that he didn't know that was his father, even though it was so obvious.
We all knew.
Everybody knew. Like from the moment he kept talking about his daddy problems, I was like, that man is your father.
Yeah, 100%.
Luke, I am your father. And then there was also the fact that he got his best friend to relapse.
I know. Wild. Why would you... in what world? Like, that's not a good friend.
Like, he got him to relapse and then left him while he was, like, relapsing. It was just so bad.
Who knows where he's now? Like, what's the character? Plus, I didn't trust Rick as well. Like, when they had that sort of partying night as well, I was like, who knows what he's done? Because they seem to have been like a bit of like, lads on a tour kind of vibe. Like they partied hard back in the day. So I dread to think like he probably cheated on Amy's character as well. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
We have to remember, Maz, these are bad people. I don't think White Lotus is saying like these are good people in real life. But it was just frustrating, I think, when it was so predictable and then not wrapping up a lot of like storylines as well. I found that really annoying.
I felt also really disappointed by Piper.
Yeah.
Piper,
where would you like? She was like the comic relief the whole season. She kind of stepped up this season, and I wanted more Piper kind of characters, but yeah, she just kind of fizzled out as well. She just didn't really have much going on.
Like she seemed so real, and then suddenly out of nowhere she was like blasé.
Yeah. It was a bit of a letdown, I won't lie. With season 4, do you think you'll be excited for that? You'll be watching that?
I mean, I honestly got into White Lotus because of season 2.
Okay.
So season 2 got me into it. I didn't really get into season 1 all that much. So I watched season 2 first, then I watched season 1.
Oh, okay.
I think the advantage point with White Lotus is you can start at any point and it's great. But I feel like with season 4, I really have to commit because the pacing for this season was just so off.
Yeah, it was so slow. I was waiting for it to get going because, we've had payoffs like that for season 1 and season 2 and, the momentum gets going. But this last season, I was just like, oh, it's just still flat. Like, it just didn't... There's the odd episode, I was like, oh, this could be wild. But I was like, when you've seen things like Game of Thrones and stuff, I was like, I've seen wilder things than that full moon party, honestly. And people are like, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm like, come on, like, not really. When you watch...
I mean, there's worse things going on in Naya Napa this summer.
Literally, yeah. Yeah. It reminded me, do you ever watch a show called Sun, Sex and Suspicious Parents?
Oh
He's
my
from
gosh,
BBC 3.
A great show. But it also stressed me out because I was thinking, if I ever have like a girls' trip out of uni, are my mom and dad going to be watching me?
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah.
Wild concept, but yeah, it really reminded me of that show. We've got Luke in the chat. Hello, Luke. How you doing? Hope you do well. Drop any questions you have about any films this week in the comments. What else have you been watching, Maz? Have you been to the cinema at all this week?
No, in terms of cinema, I haven't, but I've been watching a couple of stuff on Mubi.
Nice.
And I watched, because of White Lotus, Party Girl, which was a rewatch for me, actually.
I watched that last week, actually.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
I just love it. The soundtrack is great. The fact that it plays on a multifaceted female character is awesome. The casting is great as well.
Yeah, a lot of people I sort of recognized as well, and it just felt like super 90s, and I loved that. And yeah, and like the character, okay, maybe it doesn't say some politically correct things, but I think this film has kind of been embraced by like the LGBTQIA plus communities and stuff. So it seems to have been like,
Oh my
you
gosh,
know,
I know exactly what scene.
there's a certain scene later on, you
I
know.
think the irony was it should be offensive, but it was so kitschy and it was
Mm,
so embracing of LGBT communities at that point that
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
worked.
yeah. Yeah, it's literally 30 years old, that film. Came out in 95. So I guess we just have to remember the context of when it was happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was interesting to see, 'cause I've actually only seen um, Parker Posey in a few things. Obviously, she was in Scream 3.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Scream 3. And also Dazed and Confused. I think that was her first film, technically.
Oh my gosh, Dazed and
Yeah,
Confused. I've forgotten
yeah.
about that. All I can think about is the accents in that
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. It's great. I love
Yeah.
it. It's one of my favorite Linklater films. It's just good, like end of the school year kind of film. It's really good. Yeah, well, it's funny you say Party Girl because I watched that last week because I think Amazon Prime all of a sudden have got really good like films. I don't know if that's where you watched it, but they've actually got films included within their Prime subscription. Like, you know, sometimes you have to like rent it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's like, actually, and it was on the home screen. I was like, I'm going to watch this because obviously I recognize Parker Posey. I also randomly watched Still Magnolias, which is a random choice. Yeah, Julia Roberts just hanging around, and it's like all these old ladies, and it's like Dolly Parton's in there, Sally Field's in it. Who else is in
Wait,
there?
is this the one where Dolly Parton's a hairdresser?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, I remember watching that one time and I was like, am I really watching Dolly Parton be a hairdresser? Like, it
Yeah,
didn't feel real.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's very of the time. I don't know if it's made for me, but it was kind of, yeah, pleasant-ish watch. But all I kept thinking was hair. Like there's a lot of hair, there's a lot of like blowouts, wigs, um, perms, everything going on. And then
Mhm.
yeah, very 90s Julia Roberts, like Mystic Pizza, pre Notting Hill kind of vibes. I think it was 80s actually, late 80s. But
Yeah.
yeah, just another one ticked off the list, really. I just do this. Everyone's like, oh, why don't you watch like, you know, latest releases or like classics? I'm here watching, you know, Steel Magnolias on a Sunday night. So
Why not? Who's gonna police you? You know?
no one, just me. It's just me to
Yeah.
blame. Yeah.
Speaking of Prime, I watched what was it? G20.
Oh, yeah, I
So
need
this
to
was
see that.
early. This was early before it came out on Prime. And I think it's a shame personally that it's on Prime
Mm.
because it's such a great action film. The pacing, the delivery, the shots were made for a big screen, and to only make it be on streaming is really kind of disrespectful, in my opinion, of the
Mm.
actors and the director because it's really good.
Yeah.
Like when
Viola
I
Davis carrying it.
oh my gosh, like how if you could tell me that an EGOT actor was doing an action film like that,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, this is the problem with like the streaming like studios and stuff creating their own content. You're like, oh, like because then you had like earlier this year like a Will Ferrell comedy with Reese Witherspoon. I was like, I'm not watching that. Like it just looks like trash. And then you get
So
G20,
funny,
which like
actually.
what's it?
It was actually so funny.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. I just have this perception now because generally, you know, most of them are pretty bad. So
Mm.
but like Viola Davis would draw me in at least. Like she would make me watch it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it might be missed by a few people. But because I know you sang a lot of praise about it, I'm gonna watch it. So
Honestly, like it's one of the best female gaze action films I've seen in ages.
damn.
Directed by a woman. One of the writers is a woman. Got Viola Davis front and center, and it does hit on real hard hitting questions. You do, of course, start to side with the villain at points,
Mm,
but it's great. It's honestly great, and I don't want to say that it is because ultimately it does have a low key political agenda, but
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet. Oh, sweet. Yeah. So that's on Prime, is it this week?
Yes, it's on Prime at the moment, actually.
Okay, cool. I'll add that to my watch list, definitely. What else have I been watching this week? Oh, I watched a very bizarre film on Monday called Parthenope. Same guy who did Hand of God and
Mhm.
also did The Young Pope with Jude Law. And it's like the maddest, like female gaze film, like in the worst way possible. Like directed by a man about this woman who is like it's all in Italian, and it's just it's just like men are just fascinated by her beauty, and that's all they think about it. And then she wants to
Oh,
be
I
like,
think I've seen this.
you seen the
And like
trailer?
I think she's like having a cigarette at one point, and there's loads of hands that come over and light it up. Is it her?
Don't
No.
know. But Gary Oldman's in it for like 5 minutes. And A24 are producing it. I'm like, so I was like, oh, okay, A24, sweet, I'll go and watch it. And I don't get what it was. Like, I don't see the point of it. It just feels like, because she wants to be a, what's the word? Anthropologist. Like, she wants to go to university, get this degree, educate herself. And it's just like, oh, these men are staring at her. These men are lusting over her. Like, religious figures are like lusting over. It's just bizarre. And then there's a really weird scene that has I don't know what I'd call it. It's not body horror, but there's like a really random out of context. Like I was like, this is why it's A24 because of this scene alone, and it's
What, a naked
just
old person?
not naked old person, not naked old person. Just a lot of prosthetic makeup is all I'll say, but it's just bonkers. But I just didn't like it, which is funny because I quite liked The Hand of God, but then that had some weird tones to it as well. But that was bizarre. I
Oh,
haven't seen
I've
such a
just
female.
read one line from Wikipedia and it's thrown me off. What do you mean? Raimondo has become a fragile man obsessed with his sister. No, thank you.
Yeah, a bit of incest in there as well.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And like, you can tell it's directed by a man. And I don't really throw that around a lot, like, because obviously that is the part and parcel of the film industry, unfortunately. But I was like,
Mhm.
this is the most like, yeah, like lusty, gazy kind of film I've seen in a long time. So
Which is weird.
yeah.
You think like with everything that people talk about when it comes to sex on screen and the
Mm,
gaze,
mm,
everyone likes when it's like in between the lines and a little bit like elusive. That's the
yeah.
main thing, especially that audiences are wanting out of it. So for someone to continue to still make these type of films, it's interesting for A24 considering a lot
Yeah.
of their audience are younger.
Yeah, it feels really like outdated. Like it wasn't saying anything, and like she seemed like a really intelligent. I was like, if this was done with a female director, a female writer, this could have had a completely different like outcome of it. I think messages and stuff. But I was like, no, it's just kind of falls, fault of its director really. So yeah, that was a bit gutted to see. It was kind of 2 hours of my life. I was like, oh, okay, not wasted entirely, but I was just like, oh, okay,
A lot
bizarre.
of disappointment, sadly.
Another one, another disappointment from men.
Mm.
I don't think I haven't been to the cinema recently. I haven't like the regular cinema. I haven't seen any. I'm not watching Minecraft. I'm not watching
You
whatever
know what?
else
I
is
might
out.
do it one day when I've got nothing on. I might just go in the
But
middle
there's
of
no
the day.
kids around.
Yeah, well, just in the middle. Oh, wait, it's half term.
Oh yeah,
It's Easter holidays.
yeah.
There is no such thing. Yeah, I'll probably go and see it at some point.
Maybe at the end of the run. Maybe when
Yeah,
it's like quieting down.
because I've heard some crazy stuff about how people are behaving in the
Yeah,
cinema watching this.
the chaos of it all.
Someone brought
Throwing
a
popcorn.
live chicken.
What?
Yeah, in America there was a screening and someone brought a live chicken. Yeah, I've been hearing some crazy things. Also, the fact that it's a musical.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a musical.
Apparently, it's a musical.
Because I know Jack Black obviously sings a lot of roles he's done with like Super Mario Bros. And stuff recently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually there's multiple songs, is what you're saying?
That's what I've been hearing. I don't come for me if I'm wrong. Okay, that's what I've been hearing.
Okay.
I haven't watched it. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
I think I'm gonna wait for a while in terms of cinema, and I wanna be really choosy because there was a thing on Letterboxd where they had a preview screening for Alex Garland's new film,
Mm,
Warfare,
yeah.
but this is like a moral conundrum for me.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were speaking about before, weren't we? Like the kind of the genre and sort of themes of those types of films. I'm like, how does that sit with me? You know, we've got a lot of like, there's a lot of pull because they've got a great kind of young male cast at the forefront. But I'm like, is that enough to kind of put my moral standards,
Yeah,
to one
and
side? I'm not
and
sure.
given the current context of the way the
Mm,
world is right now, it
yeah,
just it's
tonally, it's a bit weird.
yeah, it's a weird time to be pushing it, and you can't say that it was filmed ages ago because it wasn't. It was
No.
around the same time. It was like this time last year.
Yeah, so turn it around quickly then.
Mm,
Gosh, that is quick.
yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it. No, which is a shame because there's a lot of
Yeah.
young actors in there. I'd like to
Oh, honestly, the
see and
marketing for
support.
it. Whew,
You were talking
whew.
about all those cool names they keep giving each other.
Oh yeah, the
The Will
tattoos
Poulter
apparently.
girlies. The Will Poulter fans are not well, I don't think anymore after the news of some
Yeah.
of those names. But yeah, it's I'll have to put that one on the shelf, I think, and maybe down the line, maybe when there's a time that's appropriate. But I don't know.
Yeah. What do you have planned to see next? Because next week I have myself sat down for something. So what do you have planned?
Next week, I mean, I've got some online screeners that I need to watch. I've got a good. I mean, I can say what the screener is, can't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can say the title.
Um, I watched a screener for The Uninvited,
Mhm.
riding on the Walton Goggins hype. So it stars Walton Goggins and Pedro Pascal, and it's directed by Walton Goggins' wife. So yeah, I just need to watch that. It looks like an interesting kind of romantic love triangle thing going on.
Oh, so
So
Challenges Part 2? They're like 40 this
maybe.
time? Okay.
Maybe. So if you're a fan of Walton Goggins and Pedro Pascal, which I'm sure most people are,
Yeah.
it's going to be one to watch. So yeah, I'm going to watch that out. I think that's the film itself is actually out at the beginning of May. So yeah, I'll get that watched and reviewed. I have no cinema trips planned at all. Again, like I think it's a weird time at the cinema at the minute. There's nothing big anyway I want to see. There's maybe a few indie films I want to watch at my sort of local cinema. Oh, what's the one is it? Oh my gosh. Bear with.
No worries. I'm just gonna hello to Boys on Film. How are you guys?
Boys on Film. We love Boys on Film. Phil Marriott. If you don't follow Phil on TikTok or Boys on Film on YouTube, please go and follow them. They were also covering BFI Flair, which I know you did as well, Maz. How was your
Yes.
experience of that? Do you want to tell people whilst I'm looking for this?
So we only went to Flair for one film, which was one of my what was on my Berlin watch list. So I was really excited about it. It's called Dreams and Nightmares, and I laughed, I cried, I went through the motions, and I'm really glad that they were able to get the director to come, and I was able to ask her a question. It was so much fun. I think that if you haven't been and you're umming and erring about going next time, please do.
Nice. Yeah. I know Boys on Film are always there because they're based somewhere in London as well. So they've been covering a lot of it for a couple of years now. So
Yeah,
definitely a
I'm
good
really
place.
glad that the Boys and Film actually loved it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dreams and Nightmare is an absolute classic, I think, in my opinion.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I think it's right up your street. You would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. There's a lot of things out of BFI Flair, especially the sort of my bag, really. I found the film that I do want to see next week is Last Swim.
Oh
Um,
yes, Vertigo releasing.
yeah, I really want to see that. Yeah, it looks interesting. I've just seen the posters. I don't know anything about it. I've just seen posters. I was like, okay, cool, I'm in.
I'm gonna ask a question about it, and
Go
please
on.
don't feel hesitant. But how do you feel about TikTokers becoming actors?
You're telling me one of these people is a TikToker?
Well, it was a platform in which she was able to raise her a status, I guess. But
Oh.
yes, the TikToker,
Um,
TikToker / model.
I think, well, model. I've seen it. Yeah, a lot of models turn to actor, like become actors. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Callum.
Yeah, I need to see it. I won't. Yeah. Whereas if you're talking about like Addison Rae and all that, but that was more like musically kind of a couple of years ago and stuff. That's maybe not my bag. But yeah, I'm going open minded because the film looks like my kind of vibe. It kind of looks like that indie coming of age, gritty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your
No,
question worries me mad.
I've got nothing. I'm agreeing because I've been hearing loads of good stuff about it, so I'm quite excited to see it myself.
Yeah. Is it British made as well?
Yes, it is.
Nice British indie film.
Mm.
Yes, that's on next week at the cinema near me. Oh, it's gone from now actually, but yeah, I'll probably catch it one day next week. Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. What have you got planned? You sort of hinted at you got something for next week.
Okay, so
That made me jealous.
you are. You're gonna be like, what the heck? But Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, Jack O'Connor. Yes, I'm going to go see Sinners a little bit early on Tuesday. So excited!
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Yeah.
Look how far you've come, Maz.
I'm
You're going to be in
trying.
the same room as Ryan Coogler.
I hope so. I mean, the premiere's tonight or was today. But yeah, really, really excited about it because it's been getting so many good awards. Did you see that it got a reception of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I did see. It was getting really good stuff. I'm not going to name drop here, but I am going to name drop my friend Kevin McCarthy. I did a little interview with them, and like he was like geeking out over like the film like, aspect ratio with this film. And I think you can book to see this. Have they filmed it on IMAX or something, or like 35 or whatever?
I believe so, but don't hold me to it. I'm trying to be as blind as possible in terms of research before I go to the screening, so I can enjoy it on its own. Then do the research and be like, oh my god, this is why I enjoyed it even more. I don't want to overwhelm myself with research ahead of time.
Yeah, I think I've seen one trailer and that was it. So I know like the premise really, but that's about it. But there's a lot of like British actors in there as well, isn't there? I think one of his love interests, she's a famous actress. She's in like Loki and everything. Yeah, it looks good. As a vampire fan, as we sit behind the front.
Yeah, I mean,
poster and
for those who are expecting Blade this year, I think this is a great substitute. I don't want to sound disappointed, but I was excited for that blood rave scene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can live in hope that Blade will one day be released. Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but yeah, we'll take this for now. I think that's a good interim between now and then. Oh, nice. So is that a day screening? Is it like one of those evening?
The evening ones. So it's an evening multi-screening one. So I'm really excited for it. In terms of fingers crossed, hopefully Michael B. Jordan's there. If you hear me barking on my Instagram story, just know I'm behaving well in reason. Yeah.
Me barking. Oh my god. Oh, brilliant. I guess, did you hear the news of Pride and Prejudice cast being announced? This week?
Yes, I did. So we've got Emma Corrin. She seems so booked and busy this.
I was literally watching Black Mirror before coming on this live, and I was like, "Oh, Emma Corrin. Okay, cool." Yeah. We've got Olivia Colman, Jack Lowden.
Yep.
That's a good cast.
Jack Lowden again, another big person who's really busy at the moment because we got the trailer for Tornado this week as well.
Wow, you put me to shame now, Maz. I'm like, I didn't even know that dropped.
You didn't?
No.
Don't worry, I'll send it.
I mean, I try and avoid trailers, but yeah, I'll watch it for this one.
I mean, I wanted to avoid it, but also emails. So it came up in my emails, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So cool, because what do you mean we're like in the, is it like 17th century or 18th century Scotland,
Mm.
and there's a samurai sword in the
Ooh.
mix. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Go and do your own little research and find out.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
The amount of people I've had come up to me or like message me like, "Who's Jack Loud?" I'm like, are we living in a world where like we don't? I was like, first off, Saoirse Ronan's husband. We'll start with that. But also like, if you've not seen Fighting My Family, if you've not seen
Fighting with My Family,
like, come on,
yeah,
that film, I love it.
I think Fighting with My Family was the one that made me realize who Florence Pugh was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that
I
film.
think that was my introduction to it, which is quite shocking because everyone would expect me to be like, it's an indie film. No, it was that, and then it became Midsummer. So.
Sweet, yeah. I love that film. I think it's a very well-rounded, kind of nice story. Fighting with My Family. He looks very different now to how he does in there. I don't think a lot of people realize it's the same actor, but I'm excited because I missed that obviously at Glasgow. We were both at Glasgow Film Festival, if people don't know. We've both got lots of content on both this channel and Outtake. There's a lot of interviews and reviews from the films as well. People can check out. And obviously, there's all links down below to everything: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. So you can check that out as well. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really. It's a weird time, isn't it? Because we're post Oscars, we're post the award season generally,
but we're in convention season and we're building
stuff out of festivals and things.
We're building up to the main part of film festivals, hence why I've got Cannes behind me. We got a lot of news from Cannes Film Festival this year. At the big one being that we got our husbands, the men of the moment at the moment, which is Paul Mescal and Josh O'Connor, History of Sound,
presented on this lovely mug that I've had custom made. So yeah.
Here's one I made earlier.
just made it 10 minutes before.
So yeah, really excited for that. I think it's been 2 years in a waiting, or at least 2 years for me.
Yeah, I heard about it a long time ago.
Because I remember it being discussed when it was still called Twitter. Twitter at the time, and I was just like, oh, like I'm really excited for this. And then they took ages, and then challenges came out, and we had Gladiator, and now it's like the perfect time to have it because they're both quite big.
Yeah. It's had that time to kind of bubble away. I think it still would have been, had a great impact had it come out a little bit earlier, but I think this has really got like people excited, I think, for it. I mean, there's some great films coming out. One of the ones I was really excited for is the fact we're getting a new Julia Ducournau film, and I'm a big fan of her previous films, Raw and Titan, so I'm excited for that. We've got a new Wes Anderson film, Ari Aster film.
We've got a very interesting directorial debut as well. Harris Dickinson.
Yeah. I remember seeing an interview where he said, when like round Baby Girl, he's saying, "Oh, I'm going to directing, or I've just done a short film." Little did I think it'd actually be showing at Cannes like that. I was just like, "Whoa, that's pretty crazy." But I guess it's who you know, what you know, that kind of thing.
Also, like, I guess it really goes to show how much he's been working on this as well.
Yeah.
For it to be like his directorial debut being at Cannes, like I don't think
are
able to say that off the chest.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see what his style's like and his voice is like as a director instead of an actor.
I mean, I've seen some of his music video based stuff as a director. And it's like very it has a nostalgic feel to it, really grainy.
That's what I imagined.
Indie film base. I'm pretty sure if he could, he would have recorded it on a camcorder. Like that's the kind of vibe I'm seeing from the stills that I've seen so far anyway.
Sweet, yeah, because I know obviously he loves to say how he was a skater as well. That infamous interview with Andrew Garfield. He's like,
I used to be a skater
on the South Bank.
Do you know what though? Those are like, if that was an actual person, and he told me he was a skater in South Bank as a London girl from Southeast as well, I'd be like, you're a red flag.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a pro for me, I'm afraid. Yeah, it should be good. There should be a few really good films from exciting directors this year. I don't think it's a big summer for like blockbusters personally for me. Like it's just
No,
not.
I think this is definitely for Cannes at least. This is like a big year for independent film. We're
Yeah.
seeing loads of stuff from movie. So we've got History of Sound. We've got My Father's Shadow, which has Chope.
Yeah.
Who plays Elliot in Gangs of London. We'll get back to that. We have The Mastermind again with Josh O'Connor.
Yep.
And there's another film at the top of my head, but then we also have loads of stuff from Neon as well. So it's a really, really great time for independent films.
We've got a new Linklater as well, which I'm excited for because it's got my man Ethan Hawke back in it. So I'm very excited for that one, especially because people loved Hitman, I think, last year or the year before, whatever year you saw it. I think that's got people back on his side. But I'm OG fan, always will be. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff which I hope may come to London. If might be able to see stuff at London Film Festival in October.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully get a lot of titles there. We've got Aaron at the movies in. Hi Aaron, how you doing? Which filmmaker do you think is overrated?
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I like one of his films, but a lot of people are gonna be mad. Quentin Tarantino.
Do you know what? I think that's fair. I think, yeah, I've seen enough of him. And
like, also, like, he keeps talking like, "Oh, this is my last film. I'm gonna like," and he's done so many rewrites that it's got to a point that like even Scott has been like, "Oh, just make it, just make it,
make
it."
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah. What other filmmaker do I think is overrated? I mean, I feel like I just anger the little film bros even more. I think Christopher Nolan is probably a little bit overrated. I know we've got The Odyssey coming out, and I am excited because Tom Holland's in it, Zendaya's in it, whatever. But like when it's good, it's good.
Oh, sorry, Matt Damon. Sorry, one more. That was it. That's the last one.
I think he's good. It's a little, but like it's not worked for me the last couple. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but like Inception, perfect. Interstellar, trash. Tenet, trash.
I like The Tenant.
Pattinson, perfect. That was his like Bond audition for me. He should have played Bond from that film. That was what I got out of it. But
a petition for him to play Bond.
Yeah, I think so.
I just feel like everyone really loves his Batman. Like, really loves him.
Dark Knight, that's it. That's the middle one, that's it.
Is it?
Yeah. This is going to hurt Aaron's feelings. I know Aaron is definitely a Nolan fan. I don't know if he's a Tarantino fan.
He is the Tarantino fan. Sorry, Aaron, but yeah, I just feel
as a
like
person, yeah, he's very annoying.
I think he's even more annoying as a person.
Yeah.
But the way he objectifies women in film, it just
and feet.
Like, fair enough, you're into feet, but like, is it everything?
Don't put feet in front of my face.
And the worst part is they're dirty as well.
Yeah.
Dirty, mucky feet. Nah. I'm trying to eat my popcorn, mate.
Yeah, I don't want to see feet on the dashboard covered in dirt. Margaret Qualley, I'm sorry. I don't want to see them. Yeah.
Get those piggies out the way.
Get them dogs off the dashboard. Like, come on. Aaron does love Nolan, he says, but I do feel can get overhyped at times. Yeah, I think people think it's better. It's like, obviously he does a lot of great stuff, and he does a lot of practical effects, which I like completely appreciate and stuff. And his sort of play around with time and all that malarkey. But I just think it's the fans of Nolan that put me off as well. I think that kind of ruins the experience.
Yeah, and I think that might be what I feel with Tarantino.
Yeah.
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 You get
I mean-
cornered by them, especially when you say I'm a woman in STEM. I'm a woman in STEM. And then you get cornered into these conversations and you're like, oh, like, can you bring something more original to the conversation?
Yeah, we get it. You like violence and you like having male dominated, casts and stuff, and just throwing around, racist slurs. We get it. Like, that's your vibe. That's your thing. Sure, man, whatever. It's not my thing. So yeah, not my thing. But yeah, no, thanks for the questions, Aaron. Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about Cannes, weren't we? Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of great indie films this year.
I did give people a slight heart attack though, because I posted about Robert De Niro and it was in black and white, and everyone was like, "I thought you were going to say something else," and it's like, no, he's getting the honorary award this year.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to bother pronouncing it because my French is terrible.
Yeah, it's interesting. Man, I don't know if you're a fan of podcasts, Maz, but he was on the Off Menu podcast, if you listen to that, with James Acaster and Ed Gamble, two comedians where they talk about food, their ideal meal. He did not want to be there. Like, he was there to promo like Alto Nights, but he just didn't give anything. And you're supposed to come with like it, and he's just like, nothing.
He's just an old man. He's being forced to do these things. He just wants to go home, hang out with his
10-year-old child. It's bizarre, man. Stop it.
Hang out with his toddler.
It's grim.
Yeah. I mean, like, with the award, I think it is well deserved. Everybody absolutely.
Oh yeah.
What's it? Oh my god, my brain's gone blank for a second.
Give me any De Niro film out of your brain, Maz. Anything, come on.
No, it was the one he first directed in, A Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
And that film for me was everything because, okay, I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but it's on YouTube and I was like 15 and it was the first time I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty to look at. And
I've not seen it.
Yeah, like it's not a lot going on, but it has amazing quotes as well. My favorite one being, "There's nothing worse than wasted talent."
True. Yeah, I think I've seen clips of it on like TikTok or like whatever, where he's like trying to date. Is it like a sort of Italian guy trying to date a black? Yeah, I've seen a clip of that.
And he's like, "There's 3 great ones in your life." The names came when I was 16. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I need to see it. I need to sort of fill that hole of that one, especially because it's directed. I didn't know that. I'll never understand Tarantino's thing for feet. No, I don't think many of us ever will, Aaron, to be honest. Just pushing your kink on everyone. It's a bit weird. Yeah.
Also, he's gonna watch that. You know what I mean? He's a dad now.
Yeah. Bizarre.
So that's different. Yeah.
But going to festival season. I mean, obviously you'll be at London, right, Maz? That's sure.
I'm going to be trying. I think the big one that we want to go to is MovieFest, which is at Glasgow again. Round 2. Ding ding ding. Yeah, so I think that'll be quite cool. Find out what's going on in Glasgow. We had so much fun in terms of going to MovieFest last year in Manchester, so really excited to see some of the stuff they had. With one of the shorts being, was it Skepta's film that has still yet to be seen by the wider public, but I absolutely loved it. I think that was his way of saying, I could be Bond, I just don't want to be. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I'm excited because I've never been. So, and obviously you are a Mubi gal, so you're always repping Mubi.
Of course. And that's on period. No, honestly, I think that Mubi allows us to see really great stuff. I mean, last year alone was a great example of it when we had Queer being distributed by Movie and a bunch of other amazing films. So I think it's quite easy for me to be quite biased. I mean, The Substance alone is
Yeah. Oscar winner, you know, movie film. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely, I think people have asked me now, they're like, oh, where can I watch The Substance? I'm like, Movie. Like, you have to go to Movie to watch it. So it's definitely, I think a lot of people are shifting that way, or they might get a trial at least and then maybe watch more stuff on there, hopefully, and get like
I mean, you can get a code.
Oh, we got a little affiliate link.
Yeah, not yet, but it's getting there.
It's getting there.
I'm working on it. But yeah, you can get a code where you have it for 30 days free trial. If you haven't got an account already. And you've got an array of amazing stuff. You've got Sean Baker stuff as well with Florida, Red Rocket, The Beast, which has Jack McKay, and a bunch of other
McKay.
George McKay. Oh my god, my brain. Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of great titles. And obviously, Mubi Go as well, if you want to utilize that as another great feature of it. So you can go and see.
Yeah. And if you're in London, you can utilize that to go to the Ritzy, which is a really nice cinema.
Ooh, never been.
It's in South London though, in Brixton.
South. Yeah, South London. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Brixton, actually. My many times visiting London.
It's an interesting place, I'll tell you that.
I hear about gigs there all the time in the is it this O2 Academy bit? Yeah. Sounds wild.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I mean, we're sort of coming to the end of the sort of stream bit. It's there's some exciting stuff to watch. I mean, I've briefly mentioned the one film I'm excited to see next week, which is the independent film. What was it? Can't remember. Great. Last Swim. That's the one. That's what I'm excited to see. I'm
gonna also catch September Says.
What's that one?
It's kind of like a relationship between two sisters and how their dynamic is. It's on Mubi now, so I'm gonna.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think also you might. Yeah, I think this year you will benefit from having your Mubi again, Aaron. Honestly, there's going to be some amazing stuff on there, and I think because of the bout of a lot of the big films, like Nora, we have a huge archive of like all the best directors, really.
Definitely. Aaron always goes to London Film Festival. I've met him multiple times at the festival. I think you two get on as well, so I'm sure there'll be a big film meetup and stuff. Anyway, it's a great place to meet people. I think that's where I really met people, because I went, I think the first time was like 2021, so just after COVID, and I just met loads of people that I knew that did like YouTube videos or like actual like written journalists and stuff. So it's such a great place to network and see films pretty early as well. Some of them have like 4 or 5 months on the actual like UK releases. So
I mean, I saw Hard Truths there.
Oh wow, that was quite early then.
And Queer.
You were sitting on those thoughts for ages, Maz. I remember, and I was like, I'm gonna go see Queer like around Christmas time. You're like,
just prepared. It's a trip. Quite literally.
Literally a trip. So Aaron, I'll be hopefully going back to London this year, so because I've had 2 years off, so I'm thinking of going back this year, so it's going to be
go for press accreditation.
I think so. I'd like to do a few more like red carpet stuff as well. Now I've sort of wet my whistle at Glasgow. That's a great opportunity. I'd like to do maybe a few more things like that maybe at this one. But I think it's worth it. So get that planned, get that in the diary, and hopefully see a lot of those sort of Cannes and Venice films, hopefully at London, which is normally the case. You normally get to see a lot of them there anyway. Yeah.
I think this year I'm gonna try and book myself to go to one of those after parties. It's just gotta be early.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's film drinks. There's normally a film drink sorted, but yeah, there are actual there are actual what's it called? Yes, there are actual after parties as well. Press accreditation is always an early morning start, but it's worth it. Yeah, 8 a.m. for the first film.
I will take
Hopefully.
it. I will take it. Everyone has been warning me about this, but I'll take
Yeah,
it.
it's hard, man. It's hard. Even when I stayed in Shoreditch and just getting up and like, it depends what you've seen the night before or gone out or whatever. It can be hard, but it's worth it because you get to see things like I remember seeing like the French Dispatch at 8 a.m, and then like Timothy Chalamet's at the screening in the South
Wait,
Bank the same day.
did you get to speak to Timothy?
No.
Oh.
I saw him from the distance, like you peer over like the South Bank like stairs and you're like, that was it.
Oh, you were at the stairs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this year, who knows? Maybe with the right link ups, we could probably get ourselves on there. Here's to dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Aaron, I'll see you there at the 8 a.m. screenings and probably yourself, Mars. Yeah, it's you just have a coffee. Go get Greg's in Leicester Square. Now that's there. Go get coffee and a pastry. You'll be all right. And just have I napped in the 8 a.m. screenings? Yes, I have. Depends on the film. Like, I had a little nap, just a little
tiny siesta.
Just a little 8 a.m. siesta.
I was just testing out my eyes.
Yeah, I was just in really deep thought about
meditating on what I've just seen.
Precisely. Yeah. Just taking notes. But yeah, hopefully people have enjoyed this first live stream. We've had a few people in. Hopefully we do it more regularly. People know it's a thing that's happening on a Sunday. And we'll have more news and all that malarkey. Yeah. Do you want to tell people where they can find you, Maz, in case they don't know already?
If you want to follow me, I am on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch as Movies with Maz, and then also go and check out my main channel, which is the Outtake Network. It's great. We talk about everything. Go check us out on Substack as well.
Yeah,
because you're missing out on a lot of gems that we're picking out on there.
Yes, I keep forgetting about Substack. I have it, but I just forget to look at it or even use it. So yeah, it's quite a good space for a lot of reviews and stuff and film news. So it's good space. Nice. Yes, Aaron, we will see you there hopefully. Yeah, and all my links are down below. You know where to find me. You're on this channel, so you've done half the battle. But yeah, hopefully maybe we'll do this next Sunday as well, Maz, or it could be fortnightly or whatever the vibe is. But yeah, hopefully.
We'll have to see because the way this quarter's looking, it's looking crazy.
I love how you speak about it like business terms, like your Q1, your Q2s, and all that. I love it.
Q1, it was great. We hit our KPIs. Yeah, it's looking like a very interesting quarter.
Yeah. Ask us in June, July when we're probably like stressing, might be in London, might be doing things, might be film festival coverage, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And don't even talk to me about 10 and 30 in September as well, because that's a whole other issue we've got a battle this year. So
yeah, South by Southwest. I'll leave it with that. South by Southwest.
Oh, giving people little teasers there, Maz. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I don't know how I'm going to end this. There's nothing to end it to.
I don't think there really is a way to end it. I mean, you're doing it so professionally, and there's me with like a background of
yeah. Oh, there is a thank you thing, so maybe I'll do that as a little holding thing. But yeah, I'll put thank you on. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, have a lovely week, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ending stream.